So from protest to graduation, now we are talking about the end of students' college careers. And for thousands of graduates, it also means no commencement, scaled down ceremonies, even speakers are backing out. USC actually canceled its main graduation ceremony, but some seniors are still holding on to smaller ones, like Liv Kelleher, a master's student at USC's Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism, and who is graduating this month. Congratulations. Boy, what a way to wrap up your master's program. How does it feel to end your time at USC like this?
It's not at all what I expected for the end of my schooling. It's been a very interesting time to be a student and an interesting time to be a student journalist. Things have been tense on campus. There's been a lot of heightened security, and seeing, a campus that I love, my dream school, seeing it become militarized, seeing, TSA style checkpoints to get into school, and all the disruption that has caused has certainly not been what I expected for my graduation week.
So a lot of this unrest began when USC stopped Asna Tabassum, the Muslim American valedictorian selected by the college, from giving the commencement speech because of her online support for Palestinians. The school has long touted its support of diversity on campus and backing free speech. Do you think that they failed students here?
Absolutely. Students are very disappointed in administration's handling of all the protests, but of course, most specifically that cancellation of the valedictorian speech. Administration cited, threats of violence, but were unable to say who those threats were towards, where they were from. And for many students, including myself, it seems like administration has chosen to silence Asna rather than protect her. And that feels like a direct attack on her freedom of speech. And as a result, as a student body, we're questioning our rights for freedom of speech. And we've seen that echoed in the response to the protests on campus over the last few weeks.
So what do you think about how the administration just handled all of this, the protests, and then canceling the main commencement ceremony? Was that the right call?
It's been excessive, and I've been covering the protests on campus since last semester. I've seen, rallies, marches, die-ins, walkouts, and there was not this level of censorship in the past. But after that cancellation, the tenor on campus really has shifted. And I think that there was a lot of alternative options that weren't explored. And that includes, really making a good-hearted effort to communicate with those protesters. And I think what's kind of been misconstrued is if you weren't at the center of campus, if you weren't where that encampment was, the only real sign of anything amiss on campus has been that heightened security. President Foltz has cited disruption to campus activities, disruption to finals as one of the main reasons she's had to crack down on the encampment. But the biggest disruption that I experienced was the near constant low-flying helicopters that were so loud I couldn't focus during class. It was the long lines to get into campus because there's ID checks and metal detectors and bag checks that made me late for a final. And it was the mobilizing of LAPD onto campus on April 24th in the middle of the day, in the middle of classes. So that was the real disruption that I've experienced.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. In order to become a really great journalist, especially when you're starting out, it's the hands-on experience. And you had a national, global story right there happening on your campus. It's good experience for you as you move on into your career, and I'm sure something you'll never forget. Liv, appreciate your time, and good luck.